Welcome to Talking Down the Highway, a Beach Boys podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Glenn.
I'm Tim.
That was a long week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been so long.
It's definitely been a week since I've seen you guys.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It's been a long summer. A long 1964.
I
A long, cold, lonely winter.
was going to make a joke about having just been sitting here the whole time in between episodes, and like a week went by and I haven't had any food or water.
You're still not wearing pants.
Still not wearing pants. Do I ever?
Do you ever? Yeah.
My beard's a little longer. Anyway.
It's good. I got a haircut.
Between the last episode and this episode?
Well,
Wow.
yeah. That's good.
Good.
Fast, quick service.
Yeah. Well, you know, this couch is comfortable, so
Yeah.
I'm happy. I got a haircut. I got a
House call.
couch.
Yeah.
I got I can't be happier.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. This is good times.
All right.
And I don't think we're alone. We've since I'm in
Who else is in here?
well, since I'm in this good mood here, I think I need more good news. Can you please give me a listener update, because
I can.
I feel like we are hitting our stride here.
Yeah.
We're on to great things.
Well, you know what?
I feel like we're on the cusp of it.
You know what they say? 378 million listeners can't be wrong.
Oh, hey.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. That seems significant.
We also have 68 million. We're up to 68 million Instagram followers, so we just need 1 million more for it to be a funny number.
Hey!
I don't get it.
Sorry, this is a family show.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Can we be considered influencers now? Are we influencers?
I mean, we can be under the influence. We're not right now, but sure, yeah. We're very influential.
Yeah, 68 million on the Instagrams. Yeah, that's good.
Not that we're here to brag or anything.
Well, you know.
We've already established that we got some issues with braggarts.
Yeah, braggarts
right.
do
Yeah.
get us down.
Hey, buddy, ain't you heard of my podcast? Anyway,
Yeah. So we're here for another week.
We're here. We're happy.
talking about
We don't introduce
We
them.
don't?
No. I don't think so. I mean, it's in the title.
yeah,
People are going to know what we're
okay,
talking about.
they're gonna know we're talking about a Beach Boys album.
Yeah. Surprise.
It's the summer. It's the summer of 1964. We're going to be talking about the Beach Boys.
It's the fall now, though.
Oh, is it the fall? Yeah. Oh.
Well, when this comes out,
Yes.
okay, but
October.
but this is like
It's a very autumnal record.
this
I
is
think.
from that.
Autumnal.
This is from
It
that
is, it
period
is.
where they were touring and stuff. So, which was the summer.
Okay. If you say so.
I do
well,
say
all right. Well, we've already kind of alluded to what we're going to be talking about. So let's take a quick break here.
All right. We'll talk
And
about
we'll come back to talk about the thing that we're going to be talking about.
All right.
All right. All right, we are back. And this week, Tim, what are we talking about?
The Beach Boys concert, yay! Which is actually a recorded album of a concert. It's not a real concert. You can go to.
That concert.
That's a little bit misleading of a title, right?
There's not even like a visual element to it. Like you can't watch it. You just gotta listen.
I thought I was buying a
Cheap.
ticket
Yeah.
that was really large, and I paid $1 for it, and now I feel like I got ripped off. And then I listened to the damn. Well, we'll get there. All right, so the Beach Boys concert.
The Beach Boys. So context. We were just kind of talking about this off mic. So, or on mic even. We said the summer of 64, and it's actually the fall. It came out in October, and it was recorded between December 63 and August 64. But the only reason it says that is because but several of the songs were recorded at a show on December 21st, 63. The rest of them were, I think, from one single show in Sacramento, August 1st, 1963. Or 1964.
Yeah.
So it's clipped from two shows, essentially.
Is it really
And
just
is it-
two shows, or are there more shows that create the bed of this?
Well, It's just 2 shows, as far as I know, but it was like apparently heavily augmented in post. But
Yeah,
I don't know
heavily.
the details on that.
And we'll talk about that when we
Yeah.
go through the tracks.
The
I think,
point
a
is,
little
like,
bit more.
this is we just talked about the previous album being like they put it out, they recorded it because they were freaked out by the Beatles, and they were really fighting to stay on top and stay relevant. They went. Also, I mentioned this briefly in the last one too. Carl Wilson finally graduated from high school in June and allowed them to take their like a big tour all summer long.
Hey.
With Carl, no more like childhood obligations. And they played like 70 some shows in 3 months. And that August date, I think, was probably like right at the tail end of that when they recorded those songs.
So Brian's there. He's
it's
they're
the
all
original
out
lineup.
touring.
They made $20,000 per show, which was equivalent to $189,000 in today's dollars.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
So that's what's going on. This is the Beach Boys mania that was happening just right then that year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Beach Boys Mania. Hey, I'll say that I'm excited about this one because this is the pinnacle of Beach Boys recorded material. This album,
Live material.
no, all Beach Boys recorded material. This is the one and only Beach Boys album to reach the top of the charts.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's the first, right?
Well, you're right. The first,
Yeah.
because
Endless Summer.
Endless Summer, that compilation album,
Yeah.
like a decade later. But that's a compilation. This is
an
the
album. That's a
only
compilation.
album that the Beatles, the one album,
Beatles?
or Beach Boys. Oh, jeez, that the Beach Boys have ever topped the charts with. Wow, and it's a concert album.
So it has
It's a
to be the
live
best.
album. It has to be the best.
Yeah.
It is. there it is.
Well, I mean, in a way, it's
Hey,
also
as
a
we've already
compilation.
established, 378 million people can't be wrong.
That's right. That's right.
But wait, is that how many?
No.
Okay.
But
Just
the
because
numbers
that's
don't
how many
lie.
Numbers
is
don't
what
lie.
was what we're
Well,
saying.
I was
here,
just
Tim.
saying, in a sense, this is also a compilation album. So anything that has like, oh, these are all good songs that I like, and then more people are going to buy it.
Oh yeah, I mean, and these are bangers, straight up bangers, all of them, every fucking one of them.
All right, we're not gonna leak our ratings so early in the episode. We'll have to unpack each of these, but it's okay. I hope it's not too early for this, but I have a hero and a villain.
Oh, hey, wait a minute! It sounds like it's time for an episode of Heroes and Villains.
What?
All right, Heroes and Villains. This is where we discuss the heroes and the villains of whatever it is we happen to be talking about this week. And this week we're talking about Beach Boys concert.
Live in concert, Beach Boys. I am presenting to you that the hero and the villain are one and the same. The hero and the villain of Beach Boys in concert is YouTube. And I will say that the hero is YouTube because you can go back and you can see so many of the Beach Boys' early concerts on YouTube.
True.
And that is glorious to be able to see the boys, to see Brian in there, to see them bopping and rocking. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you. But at the same time, you know what that means. When you can see the Beach Boys, early Beach Boys in concert on YouTube, that means you've got to look at Mike Love.
Doing his little dance.
And damn you, YouTube, for making me have to relive those moments of Mike doing his hand jive.
Yeah.
I can't turn it off.
Okay.
I can't turn it off.
Gotcha.
It's miserable. It's miserable watching. Like it's almost. I can almost not handle listening to Mike, but the fact that now I can listen to this album and YouTube makes me picture Mike Love doing that. It's just
YouTube
All right.
can't
It's
be
too
a
much.
hero and a villain, or a villain. It's a thing.
well.
Heroes and villains are people.
Well, okay.
And you know what? Corporations are not people, Glenn.
That's true.
Okay.
I mean, all that
I
really,
don't care what the Supreme Court says.
all Glenn's really saying is that the true villain is Mike Love.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, Mike loves
The hero, I don't remember where I read this. I didn't double confirm it, but apparently when Dennis comes out to sing The Wanderer, Brian goes up and plays the drums.
Seriously, yes.
So he's the hero.
He is the
situation.
hero. Well, and Brian's there. He's on
Yeah.
tour. Thank you, Brian. Thank you for I will say, here's another one. Dennis is pretty freaking good live.
I think so.
Pretty great
Yeah.
to watch Dennis, especially in those early ones. He's just like
having a lot
living
of
it
fun.
up.
Yeah.
He's living it up.
Is he having fun?
Ooh,
Maybe fun. I don't know about fun.
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, villain Mike.
Dennis is the hero. Mike's
He's
the
a
villain.
hero. I see Brian's a hero.
Brian's a hero. Yeah, always.
All right.
There it is. Solid. Hey, I YouTube, man.
There's another villain. The villain's fucking Mike.
Yeah,
I mean, come
it is.
on.
It is.
I do love on the back. I shouldn't even allude to the existence of an album cover just yet, but Mike is playing a saxophone there. Like this, they got this whole lineup of all of them rocking out, and Mike's
notes.
holding the saxophone. And he's probably just either playing nothing or just yeah. Anyway.
Oh, the worst. So the video, we've talked about this live video on the podcast.
The Lost
too.
concert.
Yeah,
or
the
whatever,
Lost concert is the one we have. So that's not what we're hearing.
No.
So the Lost concert that you can find on YouTube was recorded in Sacramento, though.
Okay. It's like small little.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a TV
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah.
So it's in March of 1964. So it's in this same era
Right,
that this
yeah.
recording's happening. They're touring like crazy. They're playing places, but you can see this Lost concert on the video. And oh man, on YouTube, like when they announce them and they come out, Mike Loves walks out with his saxophone.
Yeah.
And they've all got their guitars, and Mike's got his saxophone, and then they start playing,
And it's literally
he puts it down. Yeah. No, he doesn't even play. He
no,
comes
he
out
does.
like he's going to.
Well, not for that.
That
they
first
do,
song he
they
does,
do play
right?
Shutdown though eventually, and then he does play
eventually.
those two notes.
Like it just irks me so bad. Like they start singing, and Mike Love is freaking chewing gum.
Oh really? I didn't notice that.
Oh, it's so dumb. I'm like, you're an idiot. Why? You're a lead vocalist and you're chewing gum. Like how arrogant.
I gotta say,
preposterous.
weirdly, watching that concert and some other of the live performance concert, like Mike is such a dork that he's almost endearing.
No, he is not.
All right, we haven't officially closed the
Heroes and
the
Villains.
heroes and villains yet, but and I'm glad that we didn't, because I'm going to add another villain, and that's Tim.
Tim is the villain.
In no way has Mike Love ever been able to be considered endearing.
But this is my whole arc. Remember, with Mike Love in this podcast is that he's
Your whole villain arc.
These are the halcyon days. He's top of the world. He's having fun out there. He's this fucking dork ass dude, but he feels he's the king or
He's
whatever.
like 56 now.
Yeah, at this point in time, he's like 57, but he's dancing around, having a real good time. This is the best time in his entire life. This is the peak.
Well, he's reached retirement age.
And you can that's right. And you can feel that, that translates, I think. So in that sense, I kind of like watching him because he is having so much fun. He's just doing such stupid shit.
So we're taking auditions for our new third host.
In his
Endearing, don't ever say that again. You can say, I like watching him make a fool of himself. But endearing is implying something else.
I will not be silenced. I'm being radicalized right now.
But in reading his autobiography and hearing him try to defend his humble beginnings and how he's, in his halcyon days.
By the way, I've literally just silenced Tim's mic.
Hey!
Thank you, Matt. That's much better.
Just like my love.
Yeah, that's
Like even as he tells his story, he's like. He's trying to say humble beginnings, but the dude's rich. They're in a mansion. His dad owns
right.
Love Steel.
Yeah.
They've got he's so entitled and so
Right. I'm saying all of his bitterness today comes from him being so happy in 1964
Maybe. I don't know.
and then being so unhappy when things change so drastically.
One of my favorite things, he's talking before the song Graduation Day about, school and graduates and all of that.
Yeah.
And this is some of the fuel for the Mike Love never graduated high school. Because he alludes to, like, he had to do a couple of semesters of summer school and, night classes or something like that.
Dude, in his autobiography, he talks about that, and he tries to, like, show how he's not racist because
wow.
because he's in this, like, summer school thing with all these brothers. He straight up drops the N-word
God.
and he reads it aloud in his book and, like, defends that, like, I can say that because dude, it's so
I
bad.
went to summer school with a black guy.
It's so
I take
bad.
back every nice thing I ever said about
There
Mike Love.
you go, Tim. There you go. That's the guy you just defended. That's the guy who you just
I disavow all knowledge of that part of the podcast episode.
Too late.
Damn it.
Yeah.
And he's so convinced that, like, he is.
We all know that the least racist people are the ones who are constantly having to explain that they're not racist.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks, Mike, for that.
So there's our concert. There's our 1964. The Beach Boys are on the road. They're trying. So this is kind of like, is this the Beach Boys' answer to the Beatles releasing Hard Day's Night? Showing they're touring
Beach Boy Mania.
Yeah, they're trying to establish Beach Boy Mania here.
Maybe. I mean, the overall sound of this thing is just like absurdly, scream heavy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and
right.
So it's definitely trying to, hey, look, we're cool heartthrobs
Yeah,
too.
girls are crazy about us too. When we say Woody, they scream.
There's some, I don't remember which article it was in, but there's some Brian Wilson quote about the one show that they were playing, they had to, like, shut it down after 15 minutes or something because the crowd was going too crazy. But he the way he felt about it, this is another interesting kind of look at his into his psyche. He saw it as, Beatlemania had made the fans so crazy, and, like, these people were screaming at us, but they were really screaming at the Beatles through us.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is a weird way to look at it. But that's, again,
he couldn't even take that as a compliment.
I guess,
it was
yeah.
Still, channeling.
But they did like as far as the recording and all the screaming and stuff, like, yeah, they had their own sort of dose of that, just like the Beatles, but not to the same scale, I don't think.
So that's what this kind of felt like. This felt like kind of we're in 1964. This is kind of that teen culture mania of heartthrobs and boy bands and what have you.
Yeah.
And this is
Mike
I'm
Love
just thinking,
Mania.
like, yeah, this is exactly the kind of stuff he was soaking in on stage up there, but he's bald.
yes, and that's
old.
what
That's
what
the
keeps coming
resentment.
through
Yeah.
is that this is you get a sense listening to this that Mike Love is just loving every moment of this, and it's just kind of eye rolling.
But the whole time he's just seething with anger.
I don't know if he's seething yet, is my point. All right, so that's some context.
That's our context. That's our background to what's happening at the album.
All right. Well, hey, let's take a quick break and we're going to come back and talk about the A-side.
All right, it's time to talk Beach Boys in concert, 1964. We're gonna crack this open. We're gonna take a look track by track. A-side.
I mean, we oftentimes start with the cover.
Oh yeah, the cover.
Sounds like it's time for an episode of Sound and Vision. All right, Sound and Vision, where we discuss all things aesthetic using the David Bowie scale. When we really, really like something, we give it the score, Glenn, of
low.
David Bowie's masterpiece. And when we don't like something all that much, Tim, we call it a...
Never let me down.
Because we don't like you, Tim. That's why you always say that one.
Yeah.
I understand.
David Bowie's worst.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's so bad. It's so bad. And if we think something's somewhere in the middle,
It's okay.
it's all right.
Yeah, let's dance.
Let's dance.
Yeah,
David Bowie's, okayest album.
yeah.
All right. So Beach Boys concert.
Does this aesthetic make me want to dance? Okay, so aesthetically, I can't even remember what the cover looks
It's
like.
a photograph of them on stage.
It's literally them on stage, okay?
And their striped shirts.
Okay. So that's how memorable this album cover is to me. I think also the aesthetic of this is like their touring persona aesthetic. And so like I think, maybe the cover is forgettable or it reminds us what they look like on stage. It's these matching striped shirts,
Right.
boy band, matching outfits. It's pretty square.
Oh, it's definitely square.
Yeah. I mean, the photo, it's like it is their uniform. So in that sense, and we're talking about it being like this is the full original lineup performing live. Kind of, this is like a time capsule almost, and this encapsulates that. So
See,
I don't mind it. It's the iconography of them in their matching suits.
And I don't
so
mind.
they got the striped shirts. They got the triple lineup of the 3 white Fender guitars. You got the Strat,
Some
with
guy
Al
over
and
on
the
the
Jazz
edge.
Master with Carl.
I think that's a crazed fan on the right that got on stage and grabbed
Yep.
the microphone because he's not holding any instruments.
He's not. I bet that man does not know how to play saxophone.
Oh, certainly not.
I bet that man might eat dog food. In fact, you know what? You know who would know the answer to that question?
Al Jardine.
Oh yeah, you can call me Al. Look, we gotta clear this up. Does what kind of dog food does Mike love eat? We all know he does. We need to know what kind.
Al, I also want to know.
Poe?
Al, oh, hey. I also want to know, like, we've been kind of toying around with this, like, stage diving. Somebody keeps photobombing. If you go on to Talkin' Beach Boys Instagram, we have a lot of Beach Boys photos, and it appears that somebody keeps trying to creep into the Beach Boys group photos.
Yeah, there's this one crazed fan that shows up a lot.
Somebody keeps, like, trying to
I crop him out of a lot of them.
Okay, you try. You attempt to crop him out.
Yeah.
But, Al, I'm curious, who are the photobombers? Who are these crazed fans that keep stalking you? Like, are you constantly looking over your shoulder trying to, like,
They all
get
look
rid
very
of them?
similar.
Well, this guy's always dressing like the rest of them.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything, and he's trying to hide.
he's
his-
obviously way
you
older.
have certainly you have stalkers.
Yeah.
I'm sure Al has some stalkers.
Well,
that
yeah. Hey,
I want to hear about them.
We've been tagging him in a lot of our posts, just trying to get him to respond to us and trying to.
Maybe it's maybe
At least
weird.
one. At least
it's
one
us.
post.
Yeah, well,
So as we don't get blocked.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise the cover, they have to advertise on it inside 4 pages of exciting onstage photos.
I
plus
don't have
notes.
that on mine.
The Wikipedia
Oh
one.
yeah,
has
I see that
yeah.
on the Rate Your Music one too. Yeah, I think I've got some fool ass reissue because I've got this like dumb '70s era Capitol logo, not the classic one from the '50s and '60s.
Interesting.
But beyond that, I mean, so it's super mid, right?
Yeah, it's low. Let's dance. No,
But not a low.
No.
Wait,
stand.
what?
no, it's a soft. Let's
Stop
dance.
being so confusing.
Okay, no, this one. I almost want to say it never lets me down.
No, we're gonna get to those. This one's just so there.
It's just
it's
there.
just there. And-
Yes, and I don't mind the costume. I don't mind the uniform. I don't mind the stripes. In 1962, in 1963, at this era, knowing that this is in the midst of Beatlemania, this feels all the more square. And knowing because of YouTube, damn you, YouTube, I have to look at Mike Love looking so dumb in his uniform.
The matching outfits I guess they established them earlier, but it might be kind of a response to the Beatles, where I was saying in the last episode, like they didn't want to imitate them like with their clothing and stuff, but they still maybe wanted to match because like the matching suits.
Yeah, the Beatles had the matching suits.
Yeah, so maybe they're like, oh well, people, we did this first, but people like it, obviously. So I don't know.
All right. So I'm gonna stick up for it a little bit. It's definitely not a Never Let Me Down.
No.
It's kind of just there, but there's a few elements of it that I like. The black, orange, and yellow color scheme, like that's all right.
Yeah,
I got no issues with that.
Sort of Halloween,
and I like that font.
Yeah,
it's not great. It's not timeless, but it's really stylized, kind of like okay, this works. But really, the thing that sells it for me. Look how happy our hero is on there. Just look at that smile on his face. He's up there performing live in front of fans. And now I know Glenn has kind of ruined a little bit of this with that internal dialogue, I think, where he's talking about, or was it Glenn or Tim? I don't know. I half pay attention to you guys when you're talking. I just sit here waiting for my turn to talk, basically. But, where he's like, oh, they were cheering, for the Beatles through us or whatever. Like, but just look. He just looks so happy.
It's interesting.
And we know what's coming around the corner when it comes to him performing in front of people. Well, and so, like, this is a nice little literal snapshot of
Is it, though? Or does that smile show the turmoil underneath?
Look, we even know that word smile is a very complicated one in the history of this group, right?
All right.
But I just want that Brian.
You want to believe that this is...
I'm curious, exactly the date when that photo was taken and the exact date of that Lost concert. Because I think watching the Lost concert that Brian looks a little bit dead behind the eyes. And he looks like, he doesn't look like he's having fun. He doesn't look like he's suffering, but he doesn't look like he's having a super great time. But that just might be him,
Yeah.
He's just, because
we're also bringing all of our baggage into this, and we're reading into
but I mean, he definitely
which is half
he
the fun,
has such an internal struggle going on all the time, one way or another, that I can see him kind of like feeling, separated or putting up a wall.
Sure.
But yeah, he does look happy in that photo.
Yeah.
All right. Let's dance.
Yeah, same.
All
right.
Let's talk about side one.
Yeah.
Fun.
So we throw it on, and this is the we're in Sacramento.
It's like airplanes flying overhead or something like that, right?
What? Is that
That's the screaming.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's
bad. Loud.
Right.
It's obnoxious.
The first time I played this, I was like, I'm not listening to this whole thing.
It's why the Beatles knew well enough to not release the Live at the Hollywood Bowl recording until like 1977, when they were no longer, they didn't give a fuck at that point what the legacy of their recordings were, and probably like a low point for the Beatles as an enterprise. So like, all right, fine, we'll fucking put this thing out now,
right?
Because who gives a rat's ass, But they knew not to release that in 1964, 65 when it was recorded. But the Beach Boys were like, nope, fucking put that thing out because people are going to want to hear 7,000, 12-year-old girls screaming at us for 30 minutes. Like, no,
they probably did want to show that they drove people just as crazy as the Beatles did. But yeah, it makes it hard to listen to. I think the screaming is the worst on this opening track.
Yeah.
I think it settles down a little bit.
Well, and the vocals sound pretty rough on this track.
Well, doesn't Mike sound higher pitched?
Well, I don't know what's going on, like, technically with this, and you had alluded to there's there's like overdubbing that has happened, and there's some parts where this first one kind of shows potentially what I'm hoping they did not overdub on this one on Fun because the vocals sound pretty rough.
Interesting.
They could have done much better if they actually overdubbed them, but it gives you a sense of that the recording wasn't the greatest, that there was kind of a crappy recording, that this is what we have.
The pitch of his voice made me think maybe there was like a tape speed problem or something. I don't know. I don't know if the whole thing does
sound weird,
cranked up or what, but Matt, do you know? I feel like you might know more about the overdubbing stuff. I don't really know.
I really don't. There's one specific song that I think I know a little bit about, but in terms of the details, yeah, I don't really know what.
Okay.
I think this is the one that gives us a hint because the vocals get significantly better as the recording goes.
Oh, okay.
But I think that's
yeah.
because there are this one's not overdubbed and some of the others are. And this is they're trying to get a sense of what the hysteria is all about. And if you haven't had a chance to see the Beach Boys live yet, come check it out, and you can see the Beach Boys live from the comfort of your own home. Here, buy this, and
Use your imagination.
again, this is a sales pitch. This is why it went number one. This album went number one because this is what the masses wanted. We wanted to see what this hysteria is all about, and fun. At this point, is their hit. Like, I guess I Get Around was higher, but this is like from Shutdown Volume 2, so it's been out, it's been around, people should know
It's a good
this.
opener for a
It's
concert.
a good opener for a concert, it's high energy, and so, of course, all the 12-year-old girls are screaming. Yeah.
It immediately is like, oh, this doesn't sound good. How long am I going to have to listen to this?
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's a pretty rough start.
Okay, but when you get to track 2, though, Little Old Lady from Pasadena, this is the first time we've heard this song, right?
Yeah, because like this is actually it's funny because this is a Jan and Dean song that Brian did not co-write. Even
Roger Christian, right?
Roger Christian and Jan Barry and some other guy. But which is funny because like he did write some songs for them, but this is one that he didn't write. So maybe this is him being like, "Hey guys, I gave you songs. We're gonna play this one live."
Sure.
It's fine.
Well, I mean, I think the vocals were re-recorded on here because the
Okay.
vocals sound significantly different from Fun. I think this one, the song works great for the concert.
Yeah.
It's upbeat. It's a high energy song. This is what I expect to hear on a Beach Boys concert.
yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
So track 3, unless we had anything else to say about it.
No.
So Little Deuce Coupe, this is the thing. They do this on the Lost concert too, where Mike introduces the whole band they play the same measure over and over again with the instruments sort of starting to stack on top of each other.
Right.
But this is one of the ones that was recorded in December '63. And so I guess one thing that they probably did in post was like blend the audience noise together between songs because you can usually hear, the cheering fade out while the talking starts because there's a little bit of chatter in between each one. And this one would have been a hard cut to another concert. So I don't know. I don't remember if there is that smooth transition or not, but probably some post production happening there.
All I know is this is the third time we've heard Little Deuce Coupe on a Beach Boys recording.
Right.
The third time. Like, they haven't put out that many albums, and it was already on Surfer Girl. It was already again on Deuce Coupe. And now here it is again.
But a live album.
concert form.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I know what you mean.
it's just that's what I feel, and I guess okay, I get it. We haven't heard them do it live, and this is kind of their gimmick, how we introduce the band, which is cute. It's a different take.
I don't
on
have
it.
a huge problem.
So
with that.
so I don't have a huge problem with that either. It's also a classic kind of opener, introduce the band. This is a strong first 3. That's about the time you'd want to do it. Let them scream through fun, and the high energy of Pasadena. Now it's time to introduce them so you can, you can scream our names now. And,
That's right.
Bald guy. You don't have to do that anymore. Yeah. All right, and then now it's going to get good, right? It's got to.
Well, okay. So track 4, Long Tall Texan, is apparently one that they played live a lot, but it's a cover. They never put it on anything. It's in that Lost.
You just wait. It'll be on a Beach Boys album someday.
Good. It's also in that Lost concert footage, and this is peak Mike Love being obnoxious.
Oh, this is so bad.
I don't know that I'd say peak, but it's getting there. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like his whole way of, I kind of like the song. It's kind of a fun song, but he's just really playing it up, and he has this kind of weird lispy voice, and is he trying to be like a gay cowboy? Like, what's happening here?
Or just like a
You can call us.
dopey cowboy. I don't know. Is he making fun of cowboys?
It's
That's
dumb.
what I'm not clear on either. Is he making fun of Texans or not?
Well, if he were, that would actually be like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But so we know that he's not, because Mike Love has never
right.
done anything cool. This is where he starts to like take over the album.
Okay.
Right? Like he's already sort of out there as the leader. He does the,
Yeah.
the intro thing, which Again, that doesn't bug me.
Does he call Brian the leader in that intro? I don't remember.
I don't think that he does.
He does in the Lost concert.
In the Lost concert,
Yeah.
you're
In the
right,
Lost
yeah.
concert, he does, but not on the album. Right?
Yeah, not on the album, and maybe that's why that concert was lost for so long.
Maybe.
But this is where this becomes like the Mike Love show for me.
Yeah. And when I say there's chatter in between every song, it's all Mike Love.
Yeah, but this is the song where, like, in the song itself too, it's like now this is becoming more and more
Right.
Mike Love centric.
Yeah.
and it's
such
goofy.
it's such
so
a
dumb.
novelty gag song,
Right.
Like, and not even the song. Like Lyle Lovett does a version of this. I enjoy. I like it.
I love Lyle Lovett.
Yeah, but this one he just does the voice and he's loud. It's so painful.
But for a song for like a young audience, like it's a good concert song, whatever, fun song.
Yeah, but they're all like clapping on the 1 and the 3. It's like and terribly too. It's like is this what all of Beach Boys are? Is just like people who don't know how to clap.
Yes.
This is also from the 1963 concert, and the next one is
It's
too.
brutal.
In my room,
I don't remember any specifics about this version.
I don't either, and I mean, just the original is such a great
Yeah.
song that I just can't imagine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really remember it,
And-
which is maybe a good thing. Like, it's not
that
like
is a
super
good thing.
botched or something, at least. But I just don't feel like it.
No, I mean, so the vocals sound good here, and here's another one that I would probably argue it probably got overdubbed in the studio because the vocals sound much different than they did on Fun.
Okay.
So I think there maybe was some overdubs here, but it's just weird with the girls screaming. Yeah. Like, why are you screaming? This is a ballad. Yeah. And maybe this is just, again, I love In My Room. It's a masterpiece. I think it's a great song, but just not ideal for a live setting. I don't think this album needed this. It didn't need...
Right.
I
for
get
all these like upbeat songs that they're adding in for the live energy, for a slow ballad to be on there is kind of weird.
I don't know. Would Surfer Girl have been better if they had done Surfer Girl? I don't know if that would have been better.
They're all kind of... Any ballad, I think, is out of place, and I don't think there are any other ones on here. So
no, it's just weird. It's just weird here. So you got Long Tall Texan, just goofy, dorky, and then they try and get serious for In My Room, but then like it's awkward because like girls are screaming. Should I scream? Wait, what do I do? I don't know. It's a ballad. And then we get the true art.
Yeah, now they're going to right the ship.
So that's what they're doing. They're settling us in, refocusing us.
Well, maybe they knew that this was going to come out in October, so they had to put the classic Halloween
That's
song.
kind of what I was maybe wondering. Is that's why?
So yeah, it's Monster Mash.
Monster Mash.
And the thing is, another
man.
Mike Love chit chat part is like it almost sounds like he's introducing Bobby Boris Pickett. And I have seen pictures of him on stage with the Beach Boys for the Monster Mash. But
What?
I did not. I think this is Mike Love singing it because he did that.
It is. Oh yeah. It's totally.
And personnel doesn't show Boris at all. But there's just a weird part where maybe he's saying, I don't know, he's probably introducing himself as our friend Boris, and then he's like, no, it's me.
Yeah, like Boris Love. It doesn't.
Well, I mean, on the back of the record
maybe.
cover, it just
I don't
says
know.
"vocal solo by Mike Love." So,
Okay.
yeah.
It's
But whatever. And he's doing an impression of Bobby Pickett, so it sounds just like the original. Like, whatever.
And did they shine a green light on him?
Yeah,
Like, I think Brian.
So that's what I'm
alludes
wondering:
to-
is this where those pictures come from? Right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Okay.
This is where the
Right.
pictures come from. Yeah.
Or
you
another
see all those
performance. Like
creepy.
I think it was a staple for them.
Probably.
But yeah.
It was a staple because it was.
Yeah.
You can see it. It's on the YouTubes. Thank
Yeah,
you, YouTube. You can go and watch if you feel like you're missing out. You can see Mike Love embody Boris.
So I was about to say, like, who the fuck covers Monster Mash at a rock show? But last night, last night,
Oh, good. Yes.
I went to a rock show that our friends. The etiquette is we never talk about our own music. We just refer to it as royalty free.
Yes.
Royalty free.
Is there an etiquette for mentioning by name our friends?
No.
We
Name
should.
them. Yes. Name them. Who did you see?
The Galactic Norcinerators.
Oh,
or,
nice.
Galactic Norcinerator.
I was going to say,
Nice.
there's no the.
There's no,
or
and it's
S.
not plural.
Galactic
But anyway,
Norcinerator.
Galactic Norcinerator, our good friends.
Yes.
They played Monster Mash.
They
last
did.
night.
Okay.
Of course they did.
But it was a Halloween show.
Yeah, it was a Halloween show.
So,
You
and they
did
didn't
that.
put it on a fucking record.
Right.
and
There's probably no
Who's saying the
documentation.
lead?
and we
Did
can
Jeff-
all
did Jeff sing
agree
the
that
lead?
Mark is a much better front man than Mike Love.
Oh, I want to see Mark sing
Yeah,
Monster Mash. Damn it, I
I
missed
kind of
it.
regret not going.
How did I miss that?
Well, he was dressed up as Weird Al last night too.
Of course he was.
But he didn't have to wear a wig, did he?
No wig at all. Tom had a little bit of a wig because he was
Okay.
Zombie Johnny Ramone.
nice,
So he had
nice.
like wig for the bangs.
Nice.
Jeff was Robert Smith.
Oh,
Did
okay.
a pretty convincing Robert Smith too. Had the hair and everything. It was good.
So I would have. I mean, the default in my mind, I just see Jeff as doing Frankenstein,
Yeah.
or Frankenstein's monster.
Well, Brian introduces the Monster Mash here for the Beach Boys.
Oh, okay.
And he says
Okay.
he admits that this is Mike's favorite song, which it is frightening. So that tracks.
I guess. All right. Well,
Of course, Monster Mash is Mike Love's favorite song.
it would be. Yeah. Why not? Okay. Whatever. It's there.
I also didn't get what is his character? Is he supposed to be Boris? Is he supposed to be Igor?
I think we are now putting more thought into this. than
let's
they
move
have.
on.
it's
Who cares?
dumb. It's corny.
All right. They end. Actually, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, actually, no. I'm gonna say before you move on. No, you can't. I think I have a theory. Here's my theory. I think Mike should have stuck to gag vocals.
Oh, okay.
I think if he would have gone a different direction and just allowed the Beach Boys to do their thing, if he could make a career doing Long Tall Texan, Monster Mash, County Fair, like he should be doing cartoon voiceovers.
Yeah, I agree.
Mike would be a fantastic cartoon voiceover person.
Alternate dimension, Mike Love.
Go do that.
I automatically like him better.
Go do that. Stop trying to mess with Brian. Leave him alone. You go do cartoon voiceovers.
So, well, on that note, let's say that he exits the stage because the next song literally doesn't have him on it. Let's go tripping.
Is he not the one that says we want you to yell something?
He says that,
Okay.
but he's not like singing in the song or playing.
Because I mean, it's an instrumental
or anything. So
Yeah.
Actually, it's one of the more solid things on here.
I would argue
it's a pretty decent, spirited performance of it. So whatever. It's
I don't
fine.
know. I roll this one. Don't tell me what to do, Mike. Don't tell me to yell. Don't tell me to scream. Let's go tripping. And I would argue he's dancing around on stage with the saxophone
But
because
you don't have to hear that on the record. You don't have to see it on the record.
You don't have to see it, but
there's
you
no
can
way he
hear
left the stage.
girls are screaming. There's no way Mike has left the stage. He's doing
Probably
stupid
doing some
stuff.
dumb pantomime where he like trips, like, oh, I tripped. Let's go tripping.
And I would argue that he's like holding up cue cards. Scream! Like, come on! He's like egging the crowd on because he knows he's holding the crowd mic for the recording, holding it up, getting them to scream.
He's a
It's
hype
like,
man. Yeah.
That's totally so obnoxious.
Anyway,
Well,
so that's side one.
end of that side. Let's
thing.
let's take a quick break and we'll come back for side two.
We're back talking about Beach Boys concert, which is not a concert, but a record, for side two, which starts with Papa Mau Mau.
Ah!
Here's the thing, though.
I hate it.
I really like their version of it, the cover of it, and because Brian is going crazy, and he's doing the actual lead while Mike is doing the Papa Mau Mau's. And I think it works really well, and the energy is really good.
No, it's dumb. It's a dumb vocal.
You're
it's
dumb.
Embarrassing.
It's a dumb song.
It's another.
It's no Surfing Bird, but I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous. But this whole clearly their concert set list is not about musical integrity. It's like just so the kids can have fun and dance. Let's do whatever. And this is a fun party song.
Sure.
And I think I like their version. I also like the dit 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 that happens in the background. I don't know if that's in the original or not. But
yeah, sure.
Anyway, track one.
We're gonna have to hear it again too. By the way.
Oh, really? Okay.
Beach Boys Party.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. That one barely counts.
As if this one
Right.
really consequential.
Okay, The Wanderer.
Hey, has anybody found a live version of this on YouTube? I want to watch this. I want to watch
with Dennis. Yeah, I don't know.
I want to
haven't
watch
seen
it because Denny sings.
Denny sings. Apparently, Brian plays the drums.
Apparently, they do a little switcheroo. Al jumps on the bass.
Oh, okay.
Brian jumps on the drums, and Dennis comes out and sings.
Yeah, it'd be
I
cool
want
to see.
it. I want to see that.
Other than that, just that novelty.
Yeah.
Like
It's a minute and a half.
it's like whatever.
okay.
Cool. Yeah. I like the Dion version. That's good. Yeah. And then they do Hawaii, which we've talked about this.
We already established we didn't love it.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
kind
the
of
original.
obnoxious.
I think Brian's vocal is cool here on Hawaii.
Yeah,
I think Mike's is not
The
cool.
whole the
but
song,
it
the
fits.
beginning of the song,
Makes
I feel like
sense.
is like a switcheroo where it makes you think they're gonna sing "Do You Want to Dance," because it's like, "Do you want to go to Hawaii?" Which
Yeah.
is just like
But they haven't done Do You Want to Dance yet?
well, from in the future,
Yet?
time
Did
that
you
we
say
live in
yet?
now.
No, they do a great version of Do You Want to Dance.
Oh.
What are you talking about over there?
Yet?
Well, wait.
Yeah, it's on Beach Boys today, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
get there. We're
Anyway,
getting there.
that's what I think every time I hear the beginning of this song. I'm like, oh yeah, no, that song's not a thing yet. So it's fine, whatever. Next one, Graduation Day.
Ugh.
Which again is important because it brings up, did Mike Love actually graduate high school? He claims that he did.
And when you're talking about like 12-year-old girls in the crowd, like the beginning, the little chatter in here, it's like that really must be true because he's like, how many of you graduated from grade school?
Yeah.
He implies that there's grade school kids in the
yeah,
audience.
yeah,
And then how many graduated from high
It's
school?
dumb crowd work.
Yeah, it's dumb crowd work. This song is important to the band, though. It's just like one of the early ones it's the Four Freshmen, right?
right,
Yeah. I think it was one of their earlier recordings too, wasn't it? Didn't they do a studio version, or is this just what they auditioned with?
I
maybe
think they
for
did
Capitol?
a studio version, but I want to say that it wasn't like actually on an album. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's on a bonus track on one of the early.
I think
reissued
this
CDs.
might be the studio version because I think these are re-recorded vocals.
that could be.
I think this is another one where poor Brian gets back and he listens to the masters of these concerts and he's like, I think he's embarrassed and shattered and like, I can't put this out. We've got to overdub these.
Fix it,
And so I think this is one of them that he re-recorded vocals in the studio. Oh my gosh, the sappy fake crying in Graduation Day.
Oh,
the
yeah, that's
sniffling
bad.
is
Yeah.
so.
I don't even remember that.
Such a Mike Love thing. Yeah.
Oh god.
All right, okay, so that's what I was like. I didn't know who it was. I
Oh, it
couldn't
has
tell.
to be.
I said, I
Has to be.
guarantee you that's Mike Love. I guarantee it's so bad.
Hey, that's right. You can call me Al, just to confirm, because apparently it's not on YouTube.
Certainly, it's
It's got to be Mike. It's just such a Mike
doing the
Love
crying,
thing. Yeah,
sniffling. You know what? I'm not going to waste a question on Al. Al, don't call us for that one. Don't call us because I know it's Mike.
You can scratch it off your list.
Scratch
Al.
that off for the
that's-
question. The you can call us Al.
Hold on. We'll reverse it. Hold on. All right.
Okay,
We undid
take
it.
that. We take it back.
Okay, so here's the next. This is the one I actually wanted to talk a little bit about.
Yeah.
This is
get around.
literally the recorded version, like the studio version.
Really?
Of it. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It totally is.
So this is like
and then
Get
they just
Around.
put all these like obnoxious crowd noises over.
Okay, see, because what I didn't get listening to this version is like, how are they doing a fade out at their concert?
Yeah.
So,
I want to
yeah.
say that like the guitar solo isn't in there or the same.
Okay.
Like maybe that was part of the like lead tracks where they just took the vocals out to do these new ones over. But I see at least one other person. Like when I was listening to it yesterday, I was like, this sounds exactly like the studio version. And then just like scrolling through here, I didn't actually have enough time yesterday or interest, I guess, maybe to look it up officially. But just scrolling through what people are saying here on Rate Your Music, yeah, it looks like that is just the studio version.
That's
with a bunch of crowd noise
pretty funny.
on top of it.
Because I mean that they do perform that song in the Lost concert, I believe, and they did it on Ed Sullivan, and they seem like they can do it.
Oh, I'm sure they can. Yeah.
I mean, depending on if the Ed Sullivan one was.
And again,
it wasn't lip synced. It was.
I just think the recordings were just so bad, but there's a capital rush to like, we got to crank something out. The Beatles are doing Hard Day's Night. We got to put out something.
Yeah, that is weird.
This just feels like a scramble
Yeah.
of them trying to package something together
That,
to
though,
satiate.
if this is not the case, it just makes me wonder how much crowd noise was added in post overall.
Ooh,
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But so the final track is Johnny Be Good.
Yeah.
Which is funny because they started with Fun, 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 which is basically the exact same guitar intro. But yeah, it's presented as an encore because someone comes out and says, "Do you want to hear one more or whatever?" But this is also this is the final song from that 1963 show. This is another spliced in one, but whatever. But I do like I think the drums are kind of insane. He's just being really loud with the cymbals, so I like that aspect of it. Other than that, it's like whatever.
Sure.
Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chuck.
All right.
Yeah.
So I guess this is the part where we, have to do our full on evaluation.
It's okay. So we're on a rating scale.
So David Marks is a neutral, not good or bad.
It's just like in the middle.
I would at least give it a Wilson Phillips, which is one step down from that. That would
It's
be
like a 2 on a 5-point scale.
Yeah,
Wilson
or
Phillips.
4 on a 10-point scale.
This is
Maybe
the
lower. I don't know.
It's tough.
and
Only because I know where some of this other stuff is going to be going in the future.
maybe it needs to go down to John Stamos,
Yeah.
1.5.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
give it a Stamos because I don't like. There's no reason to listen to it,
yeah.
or like to listen to it again.
I mean, it's the best Beach Boys album of all time. It's the #1 selling
Yeah.
Beach Boys album,
Selling.
chart topping.
I kind of want to make sure that I'm actually going to use all of the ratings over the course of this whole thing. And I'm going to have some Stamoses in here. Do I have Wilson Phillips? Oh, yeah, I've got some Wilson Phillips too. I'm going to go Wilson Phillips only because there are some good songs. It's just stupid versions of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think there's any.
Yeah,
I don't even think
know.
there's any good versions.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I might even go John Stamos on this one. It's pretty.
yeah, I'm thinking I'm at John Stamos. This feels like a John Stamos album. This feels like, hey, this is for the people. I'm popular.
Yeah.
Come and yell and scream at me because I'm cute and I got a mullet and
Well, and it's also so fake.
it is
Yeah,
The
super
crowd
fake.
noise stuff
It's
is
super
just like put in
hokey.
here and there.
Uh-huh.
And it's just dropped
Yeah.
in. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm going John Stamos.
Yeah, I'm giving it a Stamos, but I do want to say that that Papa Umau made me almost give it a Wilson Phillips.
Stop it.
No, that's
Stop
that's
it.
one of the low points.
Yeah, it's my high point. It's the only high point.
Terrible. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, again, go to Talkin' Beach Boys. We've got pinned our album ratings, which we are
on Instagram.
assigning names to. Yeah, Talkin' Beach Boys on Instagram. John Stamos is what we would call like a 1.5 on a 5, scale of 0 to 5.
And of course, the highest score you can get on this rating scale is the Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson, yeah.
5.0.
So this is a John Stamos, which makes it easily the worst one that we've covered so
Yeah.
far. Up to this point, we've mostly kind of gone from the. I think we might have had a Wilson Phillips in there before, and we've had all the way up to a Carl Wilson.
Yeah.
This is our first John Stamos. It's bad. Now here's another reason why I'm going to say I really don't like it. This week, listening to kind of almost both of these albums, and I know we were joking about it earlier, but we listened to All Summer Long and Beach Boys concert this week, and I feel some Beach Boy fatigue. setting in.
It does feel like that. It feels like,
And this to me is just so rote. Go through the motions, just shove out another piece of product while we can. Now, fortunately, I know what's starting to come up here. Like I know the next couple that we're looking at here.
Yeah.
Like things are gonna turn in a little different direction. But at this point, I am just kind of having immersed ourselves in this for this stuff for the last few months now. I'm like so over this early Beach Boys period.
and I feel like this is maybe what Brian's going through too. This is why he can't be on the road. Like that's where we are, kind of in the narrative of the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
This is getting taxing. It's wearing. Yeah,
We milked it fucking dry.
Seriously.
Well, yeah. I mean,
you know what we need? We need a holiday. We need a vacation.
Well, when I say I know what's coming up, I don't know what's coming. I do know what our next one is going to be. And, we'll at least be putting that out there somewhat adjacent to the season.
Hey, it's going to get us in the mood. It's going to get us started.
Good luck with that. But anyway, when I'm talking what I know what's coming up next, the next 2 regular studio albums.
Yeah. This is where the Beach Boys are starting to take off.
We're going to have all kinds of context that we're going to have to talk about. It's going to be tough to talk about the next one in our under an hour and get that context in.
Yeah.
But at this point, this is where I just, bam, hit this wall where I'm like, over this era of Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's fucking 40-something degrees outside all week this week, and I'm just not feeling summertime. Maybe it's because baseball season is officially over now, because, don't even want to get into that. But just in listening to this stuff this week, I was like, I don't want to listen to this stuff this week. I'm kind of over it.
We could really go for a Christmas album right about now. Is what I'm saying.
No, that's not what I could go for. But we have to do that one next. But it is what it is. It's fine. But I feel like, I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to read too much into this. But I think what Glenn said is maybe true. Brian is probably feeling very much that same. Let's move on. Really, Mike Love's 70 now, and he's still reminiscing about his graduation day.
His elementary school
which
graduation.
may or may not have actually happened, as we've already established, right? And so Brian's just like, dude, let's move on to something else. Yeah, this just isn't it anymore. The striped shirts, the fun. Let's
grow up.
Let's grow up.
Let's start doing drugs.
Let's fucking hang out with Van Dyke Parks and take LSD and just fucking eat a bunch of vegetables or something.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's getting tired.
Agreed.
If there were one more of these albums, I'd be like, we got to take a little bit of a hiatus. But there aren't any more. Right? I mean, the Beach Boys, right, are effectively done. This is getting out of, as you keep referencing, Mike Love's halcyon days, right?
Yes.
This is, I think, the end of that. This is where the Mike Love vision of the band is starting to now gonna be phased out.
Are you doing a thing where you're pretending the Christmas album doesn't exist so we don't have to cover it?
No, we're definitely going to cover that one, but that is almost like it's a very special episode. It's a separate thing, and it's its own little novelty thing. Yeah, in the band's catalog.
So yeah,
Brian's
unless you're making that part of the narrative here.
No, I think that's it's just a handy thing. Phil Spector had done it. Now Brian's like, okay, it's the next holiday season after Phil Spector's. I'm going to do, and we'll talk about that. We'll do that one next, sure. But I just think in terms of
this
the
is
artistic
the death of
arc,
the Beach Boys.
Yes, the Beach Boys are dead
Sure.
now. And now it's going to start to turn into Brian Wilson is ready to move on. And to varying degrees, the rest of the band is not ready to move on.
Right.
And
that's what we'll
if
see
that wasn't
unfold,
happening right now, I'm serious. I'd be like, we got to take a couple month hiatus because I'm fucking
Can't handle
over.
much more of this.
Yeah.
I mean, we did take a couple weeks off, and I did not listen to the Beach Boys.
I
during
didn't
that time,
either.
so I think I'm all right. But yeah, I know what you mean.
All right. Well, hey, let's take one quick break, and we'll come back to wrap it all up in just a minute. Back and wrapping it up, and like I said, I think wrapping up an era, if you will. Next time, it's going to be another one of those very special episodes, but a different kind of very special episode. In the meantime, you know what to do.
Get on Instagram.
Get on Instagram. Talking Beach Boys.
Talking Beach Boys
Strange
on
Currencies
Instagram.
Music.
Smash buttons.
YouTubers, come on, smash that We got all these people watching. We know people are liking it because they're watching it, but they're not liking it by smashing that button.
A special smashing wand.
Or
wait, a special
dialing wand. Yeah.
Subscribing wand. Then mash all the keys.
Yeah. But come on, those things help us. more people see this and hear it if you like it.
We got a
and
vacation.
If you subscribe. We got to get on that fucking cruise. I'm going to push my glove over
Let's
there.
do it.
What?
Hey.
We want to push him to do his best.
Yes.
That's it.
Hashtag.
Yeah. And we're going overboard in our enthusiasm
That's right.
for Mike Loves Beach Boys.
Yeah.
And hey, free the suffragettes.
Yes,
Free the
please.
suffragettes.
They
It's
cold in that cargo
I've
hold.
watched I've seen their Instagram profile. They look like they're free. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
Hashtag Mike
secretly-
eats dog food.
They're in the cargo hold of the cruise ship.
Yeah.
Just that he's putting them on some weird backdrop so it looks like they're playing concerts, but they're not.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we really have to go now.
All right.
So anyway, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Bye-bye.